Hi guys, how you doing today? It's your boy Naked, and on today's video, we'll be talking about when to trade. You see, a lot of people get into the market randomly, without even having any plan. They just trade anytime. Personally, something that have kept me going in this business is that even if I see my setup and it has to be at a particular time, I don't pick my own setup at any time. Okay, so when to trade is very important. You know when to trade, and some people are trading full time, some people are trading part time. First of all, no matter what it is that you are doing, you have to have a schedule when it comes to trading. Either you're a full-time trader or a part-time trader. Okay, you need to know exactly when to come into the market, when to leave, when to face your other business and all of that. So it's very important you guys have all of this before you start picking up trades. So it's going to help you a lot. So you won't be picking up trades randomly and taking losses. When you have an exact time, you come to the market and look at the chart, it's going to make sense. So personally, for me, I only trade the New York section. I don't know. Mostly, I trade the New York section, maybe because of the 2 p.m. match strategy or something. But it works a lot, and I'm going to give you guys a few reasons why I think it's the best time to trade. Because we have the overlaps there. So these are part of the thing I'm going to talk about. Giving you guys these 3 tips on when to trade. So first thing first, you want to look at economic calendars. It's very important because you need to know what it is that is coming your way. You don't want to be in a trade and all of a sudden volatility will just come and hit you. Boom. You understand? You want to be expecting something at a particular time. So it's very important you look at the economic calendars, which is for our fundamentals news and all of that. I get to know what's happening. So personally, I use the Forex Factory a lot, and I check Monday. If I'm going to trade on Monday, I want to see what red folder news is coming up on Monday. On Tuesday, I want to see and exactly what time is going to happen. So you always want to pay attention to that whenever you are trading. Don't just take a trade because you see your setup without knowing what's coming. Yes, of course, we know news create volatility, but we need to be aware. Okay, we don't want to rush and jump into a trade when there is an economic news coming up. Yes, of course, volatility is going to be high at that period, and spread going to be high as well, and all of that. Slippage might happen if you have a pending order and all of that. So you want to be very, very careful when you want to trade. So you have to look at the economic calendar. So you know what is coming up, what particular news we have. Is it how it's gonna affect the market? Is it an high impact news, or low impact news? And we don't really care about that. If it's a high impact news, you want to be careful. At least you don't want to be in a trade already. Or if you're already in a trade, before the news, you want to move your stop loss to break even. In worst case scenario, break even if it goes against you or it goes your way. So you won't be surprised when you just see a volatility. Okay, and it's very, very important. You always check Forex Factory. I advise you to do this like at the beginning of the week, like before you start trading for the week. Put everything down. Like me, my own Forex Factory is always here on my screen, always, because I just have to go there all the time to visit and see what exactly is happening there. Okay, and then secondly is the overlaps. I think, just like I said, the best time I think for you guys to trade is the overlap. We have the New York and London overlap. We have the Asian section on, which is the Tokyo, overlap, and Sydney section overlap. So you want to take advantage of this time. And I believe Nigeria will be looking at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., all of those time. So me, I love to trade by those time already. So we have these volatilities that come into the market, and during those time, we get to see like strong candles, big movements. As a trader, what's our job? We don't want to be in a boring trade. We don't want to be in a trade whereby we'll be in a trade and it's not moving. We're just going to be there, small candle, up, down, up. We want to see movement. We want to take advantage of movement. That's why we need to know exactly when a particular currency pair moves in the market. Okay, it's very important study. So I trade the USD pairs a lot, and I know that the New York session, they get to move very, very fast. So I love to trade between that time, Nigeria time, let's say 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. That's when I look for trade setup. So I look for trade setup within 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. So once it's 5 p.m., oh no, I know volatility is going down for the day. So I'm no more interested in picking up any trade again for the day. So once it's 5 p.m., 6 p.m., I'm no more looking at for any setup. If I didn't see, I didn't see. So if I believe I'm going to see setup, yeah, it's going to be setting up 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., there will be a setup, definitely, especially on the USD pair. Okay. So the overlap during those time, I get to see look for entries, in trade setups most of those times, because we get to see big movement. And then because I'm an intraday trader, I don't swing or scalp. So I love to do those things and take my trade to the next TP, which is the level, the high or the low, and I get to leave the market with ease. Okay. Worst case scenario, I'm going to take 20 to 30 pips profits and close the other one on break even. If stop loss get hit, is fine. I'm done trading for the day. I just have to wait for the other day and do the same thing over again. So the overlaps is something you want to look out for. And this time I told you guys also the Asian overlap, which is the Tokyo and the Sydney overlap, though there is volatility, but you can compare it with that of the New York. So I don't really look at it that much, because to me, we are trading for freedom. We don't want to stress ourselves out. So there's no point for me staying up all night just to trade a slow market condition or something where I know the New York session can give me that, which is in the afternoon, my own time. Okay, so I don't have to be up in the night to look for trade. I just rather be sleeping, mark up when the market is closed and, wait for setups the next day. Okay, so that's what I do. And then lastly is volatility. Volatility, where we get to see big candles, strong momentum, fast movements in the market. And you all know this happening during the overlap section. Just like I've said, you want to catch volatility as a trader. I've said this before. You don't want to be in a trade that is very slow. Yes, we don't want an environment like that. We love CP to get hit very fast. Once we start to sell, we want to see those big candle drops coming in. Once we bind, we want to see them going up. Okay, so we don't want to be in an environment that is very slow at all. That is why we want to pay attention to volatility, because yes, of course, the market opens 24/7, which is you can trade the market at any time. But at a particular time, the market gets to move faster than other time. Okay, so you will gain more profits trading when there's volatility than just being stuck in this market. Okay, so very important. You want to trade when there is volatilities, and if you do your back testing, you get to realize what particular time some certain pairs gets to move. Just like I've told you guys, overlap sections and when there's fundamentals, and these are what you want to look at for in the market. Okay, yes, of course, all the sections, but most important thing is that if you have a 9 to 5 job and during this time you're going to be busy with work, there's no point for you to try to struggle with work and trying to place a trade. You have to do this in a way it's going to be convenient for you. You have to look for a way to make it work for you. Okay, you have to find a way to trade, even if you want to be trading the Asia section. If it's cool with you, you can stay in a market environment like that, because during the day you're going to be busy. And yes, of course, you don't want to bring in your busy schedule to the forex market. Those two things don't work together. Okay, so you look for a way that suits you, but make sure you take advantage of these 3 tips that I give to you at least. Okay, and it's going to help you guys in your trading. So that's all for today. I'm not saying really much talk about when to trade, and these are the 3 tips that I am giving you guys. Okay, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good night.